Hi, my name is Karen, the Twitchy Stitcher. I have my notes here. It's Friday, July 4th. I'd like to wish a very happy July 4th to all my American friends and a belated happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians. I have some stats for you. In the month of June, I only did 12,066 stitches. I was on vacation for 2 weeks in Cape Breton with family, so I was having too much fun to stitch all the time. I only reached 80% of my goals. And to compare, in May, I did 26,550 stitches and reached 100% of my goals. So June was definitely a slack month for me. Now, these projects are in the order in which I worked them. So the first one I worked on was Whip Go, number 21. And it was the Snow White Tree by Tiny Modernist. It was a brand new start. And I got 22,577 stitches. My Whipco goal is 2,500 stitches a month. So I got 23.9% done on this project. The fabric isn't showing well, but it is 14 count Ada, Shirley Temple from the sewing shop, and it's beautiful yellows. But oh, there it is a little bit better. I just love this stitch. It's so fun. The next project I worked on, I work on this every Monday or every other Monday, depending, to get 1 or 2 boxes done. This is a Peppermint Purple 2023. Sal, I'm way behind. I found I'm not fond of black work. So I did these 3 boxes right here in June. The next project I worked on was my Monopoly stitch. I follow Alara, and I am the character called Chaos in her Monopoly stitch. So this is a whole lot of latte by Barb Tortolate. And I worked on these stitches right in here to start the 3rd cup. It's so bright. I love this project. And it is on Sewing Shop 14 count Ada called Partridge. The next Whip Go, number 23, was Vintage Simplicity. It's a dimension kit. I use all the kit, fabrics, fibers, everything. So it's 14 count white Ada. Now, even though I do have the PDF, it does not go into Pattern Keeper. So it's non-searchable. So I have 2,554 stitches done, and I'm at about 28%. And this month I did all this and this in here. This will be her skirt and a shawl that's hanging over her arm. The next project I worked on is The Sewing Tomato by Erin Elizabeth. And I follow Stitching with Charlie, and she has a hashtag just finished June and July. So this is finished number 1 for June. Now I'm also calling this black work right here a motif, so it fits Laura's Stitching with the Shores large motif. This is done on 16 count beige Aida. I just love it. I think it's stunning. Finish number 2, I hope you're counting, Charlie, is The Canada Tier by Erin Elizabeth. It's 2,356 stitches. I stitched it in May and June, and it's on 14 count DMC printed Aida. And it also fits one of Laura's categories with a scallop edge. And these lacy tiers, to me, they look like scallops. So I'm really happy that this one's done. And finish number 3 is Gnome Book Delivery by Sew to Stitch. This is the 3rd gnome. I only stitched 1 out of the set of 3. And it's on 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. It's got some purples and some blues in it. And my daughter has a library, so this is going to be just a leaner for her library. The next one is a new start from Fine Frog Stitching, and this is Princess Pondworthy. And I've got her neck done. This is her bottom jaw, and this is the beginning of her neck, and then her dress starts right under there. This is on the Sew-In Shop Fabric Kapow. It's 697 stitches I got done for 10.7%. And this also fits one of Laura's categories, which is a summer activity. And we have a pond in our backyard, and lots of times I sit in the gazebo and watch the little frog in the pond, just relaxing, living his life. So that's a summer activity for me. The next one is a start and a finish. This is a Shannon Christine, and it's Summertime Stamps. And this was for my ATC card for Laura's swap, Stitching by the Shore. And it's 697 stitches. And it is this little ATC card. So I wanted it, I kind of fussy cut it to make it look like a stamp. And I put it on a paper backing that looks like a tablecloth. So it's kind of like a postcard in a way. But it is so darn cute. And this also fits one of the categories for Laura, I Spy, and that is something squishy. Because ripe watermelon is definitely squishy. And that will be mailed off first thing Monday morning to make sure it gets there in time. The oops, Butterflies and Flowers 2. This is being stitched by a whole lot of folks. I know of Karen, the Stitching Owl, Laura, Amy of Renewing Stitches, Rachel Q, Mary of Mary's Stitching Corner are all working on it together, and I'm sure there's many more. A few of my viewers mentioned that they were also watching it. So I didn't get a lot done this month. So what I worked on was this pink flower. And I'm doing it in a hoop finish. So I've got a little outline of where the hoop will go, but it's going to have a black border all around it, and then I'm going to finish it in a black hoop. So it should be quite striking, and the black hoop and the border will really bring out the stained glass look, I think. But this is my first and last full coverage. Thank God it's small, because I just don't think I could do a huge full coverage. And the last project I worked on, second last, was Shannon Christine's Rainbow Band Sampler. I do a lot of Shannon Christine's patterns. So when I flew off to Cape Breton, I wanted to take a limited amount of projects. So I just took Shannon Christine with me because I have a whole set of floss just devoted to her projects. So I don't kit them up individually. We just have a master set of floss for hers. So I got a little bit done on this. I finished this section of pink wasn't done, and I started working on the letters there. So, and this also fits a category, and it brings me peace, and these are my favorite colors. So they always bringing on pinks and aquas and any of those beautiful pastel colors just brings me peace, because every stitch is just such a lovely sensation, because the colors are so peaceful and calming to me, and I really like that in my stitching. And the last thing I worked on was Hello Summer by Shannon Christine, and I want to point to the popsicles that I didn't get stitched yet. But this is for my daughter Carla, and I've already got autumn done and spring. So I'll have winter to do next, but I won't do that for a little while yet. So this was a brand new start. And this is on, just a second, 14 count Ada. I got 1,088 stitches done, and it's at 23.7%. And this is also for the I Spy category. And it's the dad joke. That was a tough one, Laura. That really was. But anyway, the dad joke is, why did the popsicle go to school? No, the popsicles I didn't stitch. And it's because it wanted to get cooler. Womp womp. Yeah. So, yes. Nothing more to say about that. Now, I do have a subscription, a monthly fabric subscription to Kaylee, the sewing shop. So my fabrics for June were here when I got back from the East Coast, and it was a lovely surprise because I'd picked up a couple extra pieces too. Now the first one is called Beach Party. These are all 16 count. I generally work in 14, 16, and occasionally 18, but 16 count is the one I really like. And this is called Beach Ready. And this will be for a mermaid. So I think I mentioned on my first one that Joan Elliott is starting doing PDFs. So this is going to be for my mermaid stitch. The next one is called Violet Beauregard. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this, but it seems to me like a storm waiting to happen. So I've had my eye on a couple of pirate ships. So I'm not sure if that will be one of them or not. But to me, this is a storm. And the last fabric I got was an unnamed fabric of the month. It's beautiful red Russ. And I'm not sure, I don't have anything in mind at the present time, but it's very striking and the colors are very true. And it's just absolutely lovely. Now, when I was in the East Coast, I was on a Zoom and my daughter came out and she does bags, like wallets, pouches, project bags, everything like that. She came out and she presented me with a project bag, a big one. Isn't this stunning? And she also made me a little notions pouch to go with it. Her company's called Carla's Creations, and I'll link it in the information. But it's just stunning, and she just does a natural cotton inside. And this one will be housing my dollhouse. That was my leap year that I didn't get to this month, but I usually do a couple days of it every month. So love these two new bags. And she also, I had ordered a couple bags from her, and since I stitch by PDFs, I don't have paper copies to stitch with my bags, to stitch with my projects. So this set of bags will also hold projects. I love that fabric. I can't get over it. It is so stunning. So I also knit and crochet. So a knit or crochet article might end up in one of these bags too. And I got a needle minder from the sewing shop. And that's where Kaylee's fabrics come from. And then I bought a few patterns this month. And what I do is, since I order PDFs and I don't want to do it again, I print mine out on a 3x5 cards. And I buy these little books from Amazon. They're photo books. They have lots of patterns. And they're relatively inexpensive. I think two of these is somewhere around $10. So that's why everything is printed on 3x5 cards. No, not 3x5. Oops. I'll have to get back to you on the size. Now, the first one, these are in no particular order. This is the Strawberry Goose Witch from Fine Frog Stitching. And I'm going to be working on that in July with some friends. I joined the Erin Elizabeth subscription group. And so for June, the two patterns were the Countryside Strawberry and the freebie strawberry basket. Shannon Christine, my other subscription pattern group, came out with Snow Date. He's so cute. He's going to look so cute finished on my Christmas tree. Summer drinks. Oh, I want to get started on that so much. And the lemon teacup. There's a whole series of teacups, but I believe this is the last one of the series. And this was a freebie from Primrose Cottage. Cute little pillow. The European Bee Eater from Boomerang Stitches. And once again, it's the colors. It's the colors every time they get me. So I'm not sure when I'll get started on this one. And the other pattern I bought was Robin Pickens. And this is the Seasonal Courier series, Blue Jays Summer. We have a lot of blue jays. So I thought that would be fun to do too. I generally don't stitch birds. So buying 2 in 1 month is pretty amazing. And the other thing I got was the PDF. This is the Pearl Collector. And this is the one that's going to go on the Beach Ready fabric when I get to it. So I hope to start that in August. It's hard when I already have 3 other Joan Elliott's on the go to start a 4th one, but I've been wanting to do this one for a long time. So that's kind of my update for the month. My plans. WIPCO number 2, which was called, is Enchanted Rachel by Teresa Gill. I'm about 50% done on that, so that'll get 2,500 stitches in July. And the second call was WIPCO 16, which is my stained glass slipper. It's designed by Sally King, and it's a bothy kit. And I already have page 1 and 2 done, so I'll be working on starting page 3, which is the toe of the shoe, which is really fantastic. A little bit about me. I just wanted to tell you, people ask why the Twitchy Stitcher. So I called myself the Twitchy Stitcher because I work on patterns for 2 days in a row. So I have my months charted out, and every 2 days I switch a pattern because I found on the 3rd day I got a little bit twitchy. I wanted to change patterns again, change projects again. So that's what came of the Twitchy Stitcher. I'm a grandmother, great-grandmother, retired. I kind of do what I want to do most days. So love going for coffee with my friends and Zooming with other stitchers. That's a particularly important part of my life. As a fashion designer, I did want to point out one little hint. And that's when you're folding your fabrics to put into a bag or anything like that, the way the creases set in fabrics is if they're always folded on the same spot or in the same spot for a long time. So what you want to do is when you fold your fabric to put it back in your bag, fold it a different way. Move it over an inch. Do something different so that It'll prevent some of the permanent crease problems you have. Fabric has a memory, and if you always fold it on the same spot, it's gonna remember that for a long time. So that's my hint. And I want to thank you all for coming, for watching, for subscribing. The comments have been fabulous. I have so many wonderful comments from everyone. I had wonderful shout outs. Laura, Charlie, Karen, Kim, Amy, Katie. I'll link them all below, but they all gave wonderful shout outs. And it makes your heart feel so good to know people like what you do. It's just amazing that my charts, they display what I'm feeling to the world, and my love of color, and I really really love that. So whether you're a new person or you watched my first video, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to tell you, always be true to yourself. Thank you, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye.